Morning, you guys. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Woohoo, we made it through another week, huh? All right, so I have done it. I finished the Reader's Digest curved spine journals that I've been working on for, like, oh my god, it seems like a year. Really, it's only been a couple months, but I finally finished them. Took me all night, but I got her done. So I have listings all ready to post, and yeah, so there's 7 of them, and I had a hard time with what I was gonna name these guys, but I decided that since the French dictionary, I named her Poppy, because I'm just like in flower mode right now. Like, it's spring and flowers are coming, birds are coming, color and sunshine and all of that it's on the way. So that's just kind of the headspace, where I am. So anyway, look, no rings. Well, one. Took all my rings off a couple days ago, and just to see. Looks weird, huh? Anyway, so I want to show these to you guys, and yeah, and get these guys listed. So I love how the closures came out on these. They're all different, and they're really cool. They're super cool. So let me do like a flip through on at least one. I'll just kind of pull them all up here so you guys can see them. And then we'll look in depth at one of them, okay? And of course, there's always, lots of pictures on the listings. So, okay, well, let's just look through this one, and maybe we'll take a gander at, we'll just look briefly at the other ones too. And then I also have some tag packs that I wanted to show you guys, and some new supplies in my shop. So yeah, so I made these little like scrap, I think Rachel at Roxy Creations, she calls them scrappy trims or something, and I just love them. They're so fun to make, and I made this the other night on my live stream, and super easy to make. But these are all feed sack fabrics, and so yeah, so that was kind of cool. And they just have really neat patterns and stuff, So anyways, I was making these and actually like just tying them around the journals, and I wasn't really liking that. I didn't really like the way that they were kind of bulky, and so I was trying to think of a way. Oh, and also I didn't have enough of this made for all 7 journals. So I was trying to think of a way that I could, maybe use a button to like close it or something, and that really wasn't going to happen. So, because I know how to use the buttonholer on my sewing machine, or on a sewing machine, but I've never used it on this sewing machine. And so, I just didn't feel like hassling with that. But then I remembered that I had all of these vintage buckles and stuff, and just from button collections that I've purchased. And so yeah, so that's what I wound up doing. Some of them actually have D-ring closures, but a lot of them actually have these old vintage buckles. So it's not really coming through very well on the camera, but this one's clear. So isn't it cool? I love it. So yeah, so each one has a special little closure. So and I decided to not attach them to the journals, because I figured, if you want to attach it, go for it. All you need to do is just glue it onto the spine part, I think. However you think, you would want to do that. But if I was going to attach it, what I would do is probably get some like Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1, and I would glue it from about here all the way around the back till about there. and then I would leave this open and not open, and then, you know, you could just, you know, anyway, that's basically what I would do if I was going to attach it. But I just thought it was nice to have it totally removable. So, and then I just did a really simple little like bead dangle charm on these. And since these are the hollow spine, curved spine, you know what I'm saying, I did not have the forethought to put an eyelet in the spine before I got these all bound and everything for hanging a charm. So I went ahead and I just did it on the front, and it's removable. It's on one of those weird like fishing like hook things, fishing lure hooky thingies, I don't know. And then there's like a little fishing swivel with some charms, and then I did a bulb pin with a few vintage shank buttons, and then I did the name of the journal on a little bulb pin too on there. So this one happens to be named Fern. So yeah, and then some beads. There's a little fish on there. I thought that was kind of fun. Anyway, and then just, you know, the spine is just covered with paper, and these are pretty sturdy little journals. That, well, I shouldn't say little. They're actually pretty fat and fluffy. Each one 5 signatures, just packed full of goodness, and pocket front and back. Okay, front and back on each one. Yeah, and so, oh, and then, so there's 5 tabs on in each journal, at the beginning of each signature. And I went ahead and just put an eyelet in each tab. I did not put charms on all of these, because I kind of felt like that's something that, you know, that's kind of personal, and I do that every once in a while on journals, but I thought that's something that, you know, people can like to do themselves, you know. And, you know, I don't embellish every single page of my journals, and I actually didn't do a lot of embellishing on these journals. Really, you know, they're actually somewhat basic as far as embellishment. Really the only embellishment is some inking and just like, you know, whatever's on the page to begin with. I just kind of want the paper to speak for itself for the most part. So I left most of my embellishing to my tags, you know, just because that's just, you know, that's kind of where I'm at in making journals lately. So I like to leave more for you to do. And, you know, I like them somewhat naked. And so there's lots of coffee dye. Actually, this is tea dyed paper. I always do that. I go tea, and it really is tea dyed. It just looks like coffee dyed, so that's why I say that. Yeah, so I did a lot of these little guys. This is just some public domain, like, botanical images that, you know, I found online, printed off on just some cream color paper and folded into that little envelope shape. So I added a lot of those into these because I want there to be lots and lots of journaling space in these. Yeah, and lots of envelopes. There's envelopes, I think there's like 3 or 4 in each journal at least. And then just lots of little tuck spots and pockets. This is handmade wrapping paper that I picked up at World Market last year. Just loving it. This is that Cavallini and Company paper, you know. I had a piece of it on my desk the other night on the live sale, and it was the periodic table. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of that Cavallini paper recently, and so I'm just loving it. Yeah, so a lot of just collaging, really. That's the only embellishment I would say in any of these journals. but still, just, you know, lots and lots of energy and time went into putting these together. So yeah. And then in a lot of the bags that I stitched into the signatures, I just put things that you could use for embellishments maybe, or, you know, even just for like small journaling cards or whatever. But I didn't want to just like stuff these full, you know. I didn't want to use a lot of, like I tried to limit my tag placement to like 1 per pocket instead of like 2 or 3 like I sometimes do, because I really don't want these to be like so fat that you can't close it. I wanted them to look relatively normal, if you know what I mean. So so yeah, so these, most of them have a buckle. Some of them have D-rings, but yeah. The ones that had the thicker buckles, I wound up actually using a different trim, and I doubled it. So like this one's a pretty big buckle, and so just in order for there to be enough tension to actually hold the journal closed, I had to kind of thicken the, you know, make the closure a little thicker. So I just doubled it and stitched it together, you know. Yeah, so this one's got a nice, you know, kind of heavy duty strap. And this one is actually, her name is Tulip for obvious reasons. And then she's got the like kind of pink and blue bead charm. We'll just, you know, they're all very, very similar, you know. When I took the pictures, I tried to take pictures of the tags that a lot of the, I mean, you know, you can only take 10 pictures. You can only put 10 pictures in each listing. So, you know, it's really hard to do that. And it's really difficult for me to show you guys 10 or 7 journals in depth. So if there's a journal that you're interested in and, you know, you'd like to see more than 10 photos, you know, send me a message and I'll try to accommodate that. You know, I don't know how these are going to go, you guys, but I will say that they're all just very similar, you know, and you guys kind of have an idea of what my tags look like. So, you know, if you see something that you like, I would grab it because if we spend too much time going back and forth with pictures and that kind of stuff, you know, it might not be there when you get back. I'm just saying, like, I would hate for that to happen. So, yeah, so as soon as I upload the video, I'm going to go ahead and publish the listings. So for future reference, you guys put a note in or make a comment on this video if you guys feel like you would like me to, in the future, you know, try to set aside a time that I'm going to list my journals. You know, I guess I just, you know, I know there's a lot of journal makers that do that, and I'm just, you know, I don't know if that's something that I need to do. So, I mean, if you guys are feeling like I should do that, then, you know, maybe that's what I'll do. But let me know what you think, okay? Because if that's the case, then I can do it. I can do it, you know. I'm happy to do that. To give you, you know, at least like a 12-hour notice or something, so that, you know, if you see something that you like, you know, you can be ready for it or whatever. But this one is Ivy, and I love this bead on here. Yeah. There's some, you know, there's some color going on in here. I'm trying to bring some color back to vintage. You know what I mean? It's, you know, vintage isn't, it's not all brown and beige and, you know, grungy. it's there's a lot of color. So yeah, so I'm trying to bring that back. Anyway, so that's Ivy. And then this one is Dahlia. No, Fuchsia. This one's Fuchsia. So kind of purpley and bluish, and you know, this one's pretty fat. Yeah, pretty chunky with the nice, you know, thick buckle. And then this one is Peony, and she's got this really pretty red buckle. It's kind of translucent, and I went kind of yellows and reds on the, and oranges on the charm. So yeah, so this is Peony, and she actually wound up with fabric covering the spine. Yeah, and then this last one is, this is Dahlia. So, I should have named her like Mabel or something, and like maple, because it's got like these maple leaves and stuff on it. But yeah, so her name is actually Dahlia. But, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, I've got the listings already, so all I have to do is hit publish. And so these will be, when this video uploads, they'll be there. The listings will be active, okay? And then I just wanted to show you real quickly, on the live sale this last weekend, I did some bundles of tags and stuff. And so you guys had, you know, a lot of the people that were in the live sale indicated that, you know, they would appreciate if I offered some tag packs in my shop, and I said that I would as soon as I finished the Reader's Digest journals. And so, being a woman of my word, I put some of those together, okay? And I said that I would do smaller packs than last time, and it's just tags. There's nothing else in these bundles except for the bag, right? In the past, I've done kind of like a combination of, you know, other types of things like flashcards or whatever in conjunction with the tags. But these are just tags, and I think that helps with the shipping. So, so 2 of these bundles are smaller tags. They don't have envelopes in them, but they've got 10 pieces, and they've got some of the real small little tags in them, okay? So if you're somebody who likes those little tiny tags like that, let me know, because I only did 2 bundles like this, and you know, I have more. So, you know, just let me know if you know, there's 10 for the same price as the other ones, which have 8. So let me know if the 2 that I'm listing are gone and you would like to have one, and I can put one together for you. Okay, so I think I could probably do like maybe 4 or 5 more. So I just didn't feel like putting together that many listings today. So yeah, so this is kind of an example of one of the larger ones. So there's 8 pieces in the larger bundles in all the rest of them. So they either have like a really large tag or an envelope. Oh, this is number 3, by the way, and then this was 2 and 1. Then this is number 4. So yeah, see, so these have the really large tags, and then I put one of these shipping tags in there because this is something that I scanned and made, but it's a tag that was on a trunk that I had bought at a garage, or at a antique store. So this is a pocket, and then just a couple of other tags, and yeah, so you can see the pictures of these in my shop. There's I think 5 photos on each listing, but so the other ones have like an envelope that you know, is open, that I've done some collaging and stuff on. So that's really the biggest difference. in the other, and the envelopes were larger, so I had to put them in a bigger bag. Yeah. So, but you'll see the listings, and they're good pictures. So, yeah. So they're good. Then the other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm doing a guest check bundle in my shop. I have a whole bunch of guest checks, different styles, and so I can never in a million years use all of them. And so I thought I would put together like an assortment. And so it's I have a 42 piece assorted bundle of guest checks in my shop. Yeah, so I figured I wanted to do that rather than listing each style separately, because I know, like, I don't know, I think we like variety, and so yeah, so I just thought that was the best way to go about it. And it does take time to put together an assortment, so, you know, just be aware of that. And then also I did a timesheet or time card assortment. Okay, I didn't even realize I had so many different types of time cards. So I did a 20 piece time card assortment also. So you'll get like 3 of these, you know, they're front and back, 5 of these, 2 of these. These things are expensive. If you go and buy a box of these at Staples or something, these things are not cheap. I'm just saying. And then 10 of the just paper ones. Okay. So, yeah, so 20 piece set of timesheets and then 42 piece set of guest checks. I've got new, relisted, brown seed bags. They're just like, you know, bags like this, but smaller, way smaller. And then what else? I have some glassine envelopes or glassine bags that I'm going to be listing pretty soon. I'm just waiting on another size to come in. And then also bulb pins. I've restocked bulb pins, so I'm going to be offering those again. So check back in my shop. I'm going to try to really kind of beef up the supplies that I'm going to be offering in my shop. So just, you know, if you want to be notified when I list new items like this kind of stuff, favorite my shop and on Etsy, and that way you'll get a notification when I list new items. Yeah, I didn't know if, you know, maybe you weren't aware of that, but that's what happens if you favorite somebody's shop. You get a little notice that they listed a new item. So sometimes that's annoying with shops that list 10,000 items every day, but anyways. So yeah, so I guess that's it. I'm gonna go to bed pretty soon, you guys. Yeah, late night. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this video uploaded and get these listings activated. And yeah, so I love you guys. And oh, thank you very much for your purchases on those book bundles. There's, I think, 4 left, maybe 3 left in my shop, and I've got them all packed up. Just got to print the labels and I can get those shipped out. I was kind of hoping that I would sell the other couple, like 3 or 4 that I have, over the next like couple days, so that I can get all of them shipped out at the same time. So, you know, yeah, just saying, that's why I've kind of held off on it. But yeah, anyway, okay guys, love you, take care, thumbs up. Okay, bye for now.